Hello, everyone. This is the Parks Academy, where we discuss and celebrate all things theme parks related. We focus mainly on Disney parks and resorts in both Anaheim and Orlando. My name is Paige.
My name is Steven.
And today we will be doing a This or That episode.
This one's going to be fun because I am springing all of these questions on Paige, brand new. She's not heard them before. And actually, I just pulled them like less than a half hour ago. So they're pretty new to me and I haven't had any time to mull over them. I will give credit totally where credit is due. I did pull these questions from Disney Food Blog. We love these guys, watch their videos all the time, and they have almost 1 million followers on Instagram. So they are basically like a chief authority on all things Disney
We
related.
love DFB.
We totally love DFB. So want to make sure I give credit to them. This isn't all my imagination and coming, I'm not coming up with all these. But why don't we start off and I'll ask you the first question.
Sounds good.
You can only pick one thing: to only eat food in Disney World or only ride the rides.
I'm going to only ride the rides because you can eat food anywhere, but there are no rides in any other theme parks or anywhere else like Disney rides.
Yeah, you can watch all the rides on YouTube, but you cannot taste all the foods on YouTube or anywhere else. So I'm totally only eat food. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, you don't have to pay for the food, you don't have to wait for the rides.
I would still pick ride the rides.
Okay.
I love the story behind the rides. These attractions you can't get anywhere else. You can get really good food in places outside of Disney. It's not Disney food, but there's good food everywhere.
Well, that was kind of a quick one.
I stand by it.
All right. I'm going to ask you the next one.
All right.
You can only ride one ride: Flight of Passage or Rise of the Resistance.
Flight of Passage.
I mean, I have to say Rise of the Resistance for sure.
I'm sure a lot of people would say Rise of the Resistance for this one, but Flight of Passage, I dare say, is my favorite Disney ride.
That's a huge thing to say.
I know, but it's definitely top 3.
Well,
it's definitely top 3 for me. So I love Rise of the Resistance. Do not get me wrong. The thrill of waiting for that boarding pass when this ride first came out, nothing like it, man. Nothing like it. And it was so innovative. But Flight of Passage for me, I cried the first time I rode it. I got to stick with that one.
Yeah. According to the DFB, 59% said Flight of Passage. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Whoa. Back it up. 59% said Rise of the Resistance.
I was
41% said Flight of Passage.
What the Betsy?
Yeah, I was about to lose all faith in everybody if that was the case. All right. You can only choose one: stay in your dream resort or have unlimited fast passes for your trip.
This is the first one I have to think about. Well, fast passes don't exist anymore, RIP, but if they did.
Well, so like basically priority access, and also just for fun, what would be your dream resort?
Oh, Animal Kingdom Lodge, hands down.
Okay. So you get to stay in Animal Kingdom Lodge, or you get basically like front of line passage, front of line access to any ride you want. All the rides.
This one's tough. It is like a dream of mine to stay at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. And honestly, I could do that for like a week without even going into the parks. That's how badly I want to do that.
Sounds like you're set then.
Yeah, but I don't know if that outweighs getting to go right onto any ride.
Yeah, because if you have priority access and like front of line for every ride, think about how much extra time that would give you to hang out at the Pop Century.
That's true.
Hang out at that nasty old pool.
Oh, we love that. We love that pool.
The titular we. Okay, I would rather stay in my dream resort, personally.
What is your dream resort?
Maybe the Polynesian?
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think maybe the Polynesian, but with a good view. Like, I do not want to see the parking lot.
Well, yeah, if I'm staying at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, I better have the view of the animals. I'm not trying to have the parking lot view.
Yeah, with my luck, I would get a room there and spend like $700 a night and still look at the parking lot. Feel just totally ripped off. So what is it? You're running out of time.
Uh, mm, I think I'd go with the resort.
Yeah.
I think because that in and of itself is a vacation. Like we could do a whole week staying at the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yep.
And not even have to go into the parks. And it would still feel like we had this amazing, fantastic vacation.
And the way that I see it is that if I got priority access to every single ride, I would be done by like 11 a.m. So then
That depends what park you're in.
Yeah, but I'm done for the day mostly. And then, what else am I going to do?
Go back to the resort.
Right. And if it's not my dream resort, then what the heck? Okay. You can only choose one. Go to Be Our Guest or Cinderella's Royal Table.
I don't really have a dog in this fight. I don't have a strong desire to go to either of these places.
All right. Well, then, let's skip it.
Well, but I mean, I'll answer your question. If I had to pick just one, those are probably my two favorite princesses, but I'd pick Be Our Guest because I like Beauty and the Beast better. So the theming, I think, wins out for me. I don't have strong feelings either way about the food and yeah.
I would pick Cinderella's Royal Table because Be Our Guest is one of my least favorite songs in all Disney movies.
Ugh.
I just don't, and you know me. I mean, I don't want to be sung at when I'm eating. And the prospect of Lumiere coming out and singing me a song while I'm trying to eat my food is very high. So I'm doing Cinderella's Royal Table.
Wait, do they come out and sing?
I don't know. I'm just saying the odds of that happening are much higher than at Cinderella's Royal Table.
Well, you're not wrong, but
and in Cinderella's Royal Table, if I just have like mice coming to sing to me, like Gus Gus chilling, that's fine.
I love Gus
But
Gus.
I don't want a candelabra. No thanks, God.
No, I'd have to go with Be Our Guest.
Okay. You can never eat, next question. You can never eat another Mickey bar, or you can never eat another Dole Whip.
Well, since I'm dairy free, I'm kind of in the you can never eat either one of these anymore. But if I had to sacrifice just one, I think I'd rather give up Dole Whip.
I would rather give up a Mickey bar because I love Dole Whip. It's one of my favorite snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if we are going to cheat the system, sort of, you can get Mickey bars in like your local grocery store.
That's true.
So, I mean, unless,
Rumor has it there's also a place around here that you can get Dole Whip.
it's not going to be the same.
It's the exact same thing.
No, 100% it's not the same. I guarantee you
The
it's not the same.
experience doesn't feel the same.
Yeah,
but it's
because
the exact same Dole
you
Whip.
eat Dole Whip and then look around and you're like, oh, I'm still in my sad, horrible life. Whereas if you eat Dole Whip in Disney, you're like, oh, I'm in this horribly amazing escape from reality for a moment.
And now I'm in the Enchanted Tiki
And
room.
the tumultuous tragedy that's my life doesn't haunt me here. Okay. You can only eat sweet snacks or only eat savory snacks.
I was about to be very confident in saying savory snacks because I'm not as much of a sweets person as I am like a salty snack person. But then Jack Jack Cookie Num Nums jumped to the front of my brain.
Sweet.
And that is sweet,
Yeah.
which is why I hesitated.
Mm-hmm. What would you consider to be a savory snack there? Because nothing's coming to top of mind for me.
So pretzels,
Popcorn, turkey legs,
macaroni and cheese from the 8-Spoon Cafe.
cheeseburger, egg rolls. So what they are? Cheeseburger egg rolls or cheeseburger burritos?
No, they're egg
They're
rolls.
egg rolls, yeah.
Yeah, all of those are savory. Things that are like salty. Which I
Yeah.
always, when given the option, I always choose a salty snack over a sweet snack.
Okay, so you're saying...
So I would pretty much say savory, but asterisk here. Jack Jack Cookie Num Nums.
What if it's like a Jack Jack Cookie Num Num with like sea salt on it?
That's not a thing.
That could be like a hybrid between the two.
We're going to throw Jack Jack Cookie Num Nums into the savory category, and I will confidently say savory snacks only.
With salt, like sea salt on it.
Sea salty chocolate chip cookies.
That'd be so gross.
I like those kinds of snacks. What would you pick?
Sweet.
Well, yeah, you've got the sweet tooth.
Yeah, because you can get the stuff from Goofy's Candy Company. You can have
Churros.
the Dole Whip, churros,
ice cream bars.
ice cream. Yeah, to me, that's literally no competition. I don't even think I would. I don't even know if I've really ever had anything savory in Disney besides like snack wise.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
We've had popcorn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm more of a savory gal. All right, what do you got?
Okay, and we are going through this list faster than I thought, so it's maybe a short one. Okay, I already know your answer to this, but here we go. You can never go to Magic Kingdom ever again, or Magic Kingdom is the only park you can never go to.
Never going again.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be your answer.
You're going to go.
Tell the people about how much you hate Magic Kingdom.
I don't hate Magic Kingdom. I don't. Okay? Please don't fight me on the internet. I do not hate Magic Kingdom at all, but it is my least favorite of the Walt Disney World parks. Everything that I like to do there, I could go without because the other parks have so much to offer. Like Space Mountain is really the biggest thing I would miss from Magic Kingdom. Everything else I could pretty much take or leave. Like I like Pirates a lot. I like Haunted Mansion a lot. But I could survive without going because I love the theming of the other three parks, and I love the rides, the attractions, the shows in the other three parks so much more that I could do without Magic Kingdom.
So what you're essentially telling me is you would rather forego Walt Disney's dream and pick up 2 extra theme parks that Michael Eisner opened and that were his vision.
Correct. Animal Kingdom itself, for me, is enough of a reason to let Magic Kingdom go, because I would go to Animal Kingdom only forever.
Yeah, I get that. I'm with you because I think Magic Kingdom's great, but Batuu is not there. So I would not go there anymore because I'd rather be in Galaxy's Edge, not Hollywood Studios, but Galaxy's Edge.
Right.
And I would also rather be at Epcot.
Right. And Epcot. So the food and drink of Epcot, the vibes of Animal Kingdom, and the attractions in Hollywood Studios, because you've got Runaway Railway, you've got Smuggler's Run, Rise of the Resistance.
And what does Magic Kingdom get you?
Fantasyland rides.
A giant castle and a 5-hour wait for 7 dwarves.
Perfect.
I mean, it's...
And a bunch of screaming kids. And we are very excited to take our screaming kid.
Yeah, we are. Part of me is like kind of wondering if she's just going to be cool and want to just go to Disney Springs with us and hang out and have cocktails and stuff, but she's going to be really little still.
She'll be less than 1.
Yeah, so I don't think she's going to hang with that.
So we'll be kicking it in Fantasyland.
Yesterday, we were at a baseball game, and she met the mascot of the team, and she's 4 months old. She was really excited to meet the mascot. She like grabbed his finger, tried to teeth on his finger, was so happy to see him. And I was like, oh no, she's going to be so hyped about every costume character she sees.
She might be.
It was like tunnel vision. I saw my future of waiting in lines to meet Mickey and Minnie and every costume character just waiting in front of me.
And if you think for 1 second that me as a child did not make my parents stand in every single line to get every single autograph, just ask them. That is how it went.
Yeah.
I did not want to miss a single character because I had to get every single autograph in my autograph book.
When I first went to Disney, I was too afraid to meet the characters. It really made me very, very nervous to meet them.
Well, and I think some kids get freaked out by characters, but I wasn't. My brother was. He actually famously like sprinted out of a resort one time and into the parking lot because he was running away from the little character that was at the hotel.
Yeah, I was always really afraid to meet them, but I think for me it was a toss up between was I more afraid to meet Goofy or was I more afraid to meet Princess Jasmine because I thought she was pretty. That
Well,
was
yeah,
that was
little boys.
that was definitely a toss up for me. Okay, this next question definitely falls under a similar category, and I think I already know both of our answers for this, so I'm just gonna sort of throw it out there and see how it goes. But you could never go to Magic Kingdom, or you could never go to Hollywood Studios. Magic Kingdom, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think we need to.
No, same reasoning. Hollywood Studios, I think, before Batu and before Toy Story Land, I would probably say I'd give up Hollywood Studios because then the only things I was really missing out, like we're talking Hollywood Studios like 10 years ago. If it was Hollywood Studios like 10 years ago, I loved the Great Movie Ride and the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular, but I could do without those just because I'd rather do Space Mountain.
Yeah, I think I'm with you because if it was Hollywood Studios even 6 years ago, like there's no way I would choose Hollywood Studios. Honestly, so the first time I went to Hollywood Studios, it was Toy Story Land was still in the process of being opened.
Yeah, the walls were up
So
and it had
imagine,
the like future
yeah,
Toy Story Land sign.
and it looked really cool, but I also knew that it wasn't for me. Even though I was like the ideal target audience for Toy Story when it first came out. Now it's all these hang around kids who think it's theirs, and I don't want to be one of those adults that says that cartoons belong to me because it doesn't. But even when I saw the land, I was like, I don't think this is going to be something that's for me. So I could have skipped it back then for sure. And then the next time we went, we saw that Galaxy's Edge was opening there. And I was like, that's for me 100%. Because who doesn't love an adult that loves Star Wars? Guilty as charged. But yeah, only because of Galaxy's Edge is the only reason that I would say I would rather go there than Magic Kingdom.
Mhm.
But before that, I'm with you. I would have chose Magic Kingdom over Hollywood Studios.
Yep.
I think Hollywood Studios was always kind of lacking before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I think too that people like missed the backlot tour and
Right.
the stunt show. Like a lot of
Mhm.
things got taken out, and now I think a lot of things have come back in to replace it that have made it better.
Right. They've added in some really good things in place of where they took out pretty good real estate there that people missed. So I think they've done a good job, but Hollywood Studios could still have a couple little updates here and there. All of the Disney parks really could have a couple things that could be updated, and maybe we could even do an episode about that sometime of like things that we would update about different Disney parks.
Yeah. Did you ever do the backlot tour?
No, I did not. I did the stunt show several times, but
Was it there when you went?
I don't know.
Because I always heard it was really cool, and we're kind of jumping around, but you and I have done the backlot tour in Orlando Studios in Hollywood, which is just amazing.
Universal Studios.
What did I say?
You said Orlando Studios in Hollywood.
Oh man.
Universal Studios in Hollywood.
What's in the show is in the show. Yeah, Universal Studios in Hollywood. We did the backlot tour a few times, and that's spectacular. But I don't know. I have no idea if the Florida, the Hollywood Studios backlot tour could even hold the candle to it. I don't know. But also researching things while we're on a show is not great radio, so I want to make sure that
It closed in 2014. Maybe I did ride this.
You must have, but you don't remember?
No, because you know what? My family never spent a whole day in Hollywood Studios. Like,
Right.
we went back when it was MGM and stuff, but we would always do a half day in MGM, a half day in Epcot. Because when we were little, there was not a ton for us to do in Epcot. And there was MGM didn't have a ton of things to offer. So we would always get a park hopper for our third day there. We would do one day in Magic Kingdom, one day in Animal Kingdom and then a half day in Epcot, a half day in MGM. And so maybe this was just something that we never really did. We usually try to prioritize like the Indiana Jones show, and we would do the Great Movie Ride and just kind of kick it around. We did the American Idol experience a couple times, which was fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't ever remember. I've done the one in Universal, but
Yeah, we did the one in Orlando Studios in Hollywood, which is, I'm saying that on purpose now. Okay. Should we do the next
Yeah.
the next
hit
hard
me with
question?
the next one.
All right, this one may be hard for you. It's not hard for me, but it might be present itself as a challenge to you. You can never go to Galaxy's Edge, or you can never go to Pandora. Before you answer rashly, one of the best rides in all of Disney is in Galaxy's Edge. And I know it's not your favorite, but you could never ride Smuggler's Run again.
Well, and that's what I was.
And you could also never go to Oga's again. Like, you could never have your Ronto rep. I'm very strongly trying to persuade you.
I can tell. So I actually, believe it or not, was probably going to give up Pandora, even though Flight of Passage is there, just because Pandora as a whole does not have as much to offer as Galaxy's Edge does. Like you said, I always start my Hollywood Studios day or Disneyland day with a Ronto wrap.
Yep.
And I love the drinks at Oga's. I love the blue milk with the cookie on top. I don't think I could give up the food and the atmosphere and the shopping and Smuggler's Run. I think I would, like I said earlier, I would choose Flight of Passage over Rise of the Resistance, but I think the land as a whole, I would take Smuggler's Run and all of the other things about Galaxy's Edge over just Flight of Passage, because I could give or take Navi's River Journey.
Yeah.
Like that one's, it's nice. It's a nice dark ride, but.
What's interesting is I would rather go on Navi's River Journey than Flight of Passage.
What in the world?
Yeah, a lot of people like to hate on that ride. But
I don't hate on it.
I think it's great.
No, it's nice.
I really like it a lot.
It's just like a relaxing ride. It's not like
That's
a
why
super
I like it.
fun, thrilling attraction.
I think Flight of Passage for me is, it's just not my favorite.
Boo.
But so I really like Navi's, but I would, if I had to choose between like going to do every single thing in Disney World or just getting to go to Galaxy's Edge, like the rest of Disney World can get overcome by a Florida swamp for all I care. Like I would always pick Galaxy's Edge.
Well, yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
But yeah, I agree with you. There's definitely not that much to do from a fan perspective in Pandora as there is in Batuu. Like the most memorable thing to me in Pandora was the demonstration of the gentleman in like his I don't even remember the technical jargon for it, but he was in like that metal sort of exoskeleton suit. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, in Pandora, the bad people who cut down the good trees.
Remember, I've only seen that movie one time. It was after we went, so I'm horrible at that.
Yeah, so in Avatar, the bad men who cut down the good trees had like these metal super suits on, and there was a guy like just demonstrating what that was like, and I could really care less about that when we were in Pandora. So Galaxy's Edge through and through.
Yeah, team.
Do you have any other thoughts about that, or?
No, like I said, I think as a whole, the food, the shopping, both of the rides in Galaxy's Edge, and even the characters walking around and the cast members in character, kind of participating and getting to use the Disney Play app. And like there's just so many interactive pieces of it. Pandora at night is beautiful with the bioluminescence, but is Flight of Passage itself worth more than the entire Galaxy's Edge area?
Heck
I
no.
don't think so. I don't think so. Even for me, who I love Flight of Passage. So
I would like Pandora more if you could buy a lightsaber and if Rey and Chewbacca were there and if they had, the droid depot and if it had Ogas and the resistance base and the first order base. Like, I would really like Pandora better if it had all those things.
yeah, I could see that.
Okay. Sticking with the Galaxy's Edge theme, you either have to take away Rise of the Resistance from the parks or discontinue Dole Whip.
Hmm. I think I would discontinue Dole Whip. I like Dole Whip a lot, but I'm not so attached to it. And I actually went like 15 years of my life without having anything pineapple flavored because I had this horrible traumatic experience with pineapples. And so I
Yeah.
think I could do without it again to ride Rise of the Resistance. It's a fun ride.
Everyone's going to be wondering what your traumatic experience was. Like, did pineapples kill your family? Did they give you a stomach thing? Did they betray you? Like, what happened? Stomach thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I ate an entire can of pineapple chunks. And let's just say
Those chunks did something.
they came back up.
Okay, so I make no. I Dole Whip is my favorite snack in Disney, and Rise of the Resistance is probably the most incredible thing I've ever experienced in my life. So, not to be crass, but this really is a Sophie's choice for me, because I mean, what
It's
do
like
I?
your favorite snack versus your favorite ride.
It's like my favorite child. Like, what do I say? Even though
Right?
they're not my children, that'd be weird. What do I say? So, I would take away Rise of the Resistance.
Really?
I would. So on the Disney food blog poll, 60% said like Dole Whip can take a hike, which was interesting to me.
That's how many people love Rise of the Resistance.
And I love Rise of the Resistance. And the first time I went on it, like, I was floored. The second time I went on it, it was amazing. The third time I went on it, I knew what to expect, and it was still cool.
Sure.
So every time I've been on it, because it's the same story, because the surprises are no longer surprises, because it's not as novel as it was, like, nothing is going to be as novel the first time you ride it, but especially this ride, like, the storyline is it's so memorable that, like, for me anyway, I didn't feel like, it didn't feel as fresh to me when I wrote it the second and third time. Whereas if I go on like Space Mountain, for instance, it always feels kind of fresh because it's like, I don't know, it feels different. So I would rather have a Dole Whip.
Wow.
And maybe that's hashtag privilege, having ridden it 3 times. But
Well, now any old person can go stand in line for it. You don't have to be the lucky winner of a
Yeah.
boarding pass.
right. But don't get me started on how long those wait times are. But yeah, I would have to say Dole Whip for me.
I am a bit surprised by that, but it's your
Yeah.
2 favorite things.
Me
so,
too.
So I was probably going to be surprised either way.
Yeah, I'm surprised myself, but it's just you can't, for those of you who have been listening historically, you can't take Rise of the Resistance into the Enchanted Tiki Room with you and chill.
You're not wrong.
So that's, yeah. Okay. I already know your answer for this one as well, but
Let's see.
our friends do not. You can either go to Disney during Halloween, or you can go to Disney.
I don't even care what your other one is.
Or you can go to Disney every day of your life for free, no strings attached. I'm just kidding. You can either go for Halloween or you can go for Christmas.
Halloween.
Yeah. Why?
Halloween is my favorite holiday. I have talked about this in other episodes. I love spooky stuff, Hocus Pocus, top 5 movies of all times. I want nothing more than to combine my love for Disney with my love for Halloween. And I want to go to the parks, and I want to see the Mickey Pumpkin, and I want to see all of the Halloween decorations, and I want to see all of the little kids in costumes, and I want to go to the Boo Bash or whatever they're going to call it. And I want to take my daughter and I want her to experience all of the Halloween things and treats and snacks and all of it. I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed getting to see the park decorated for Christmas when we went to Disneyland for Christmas in 2016.
Yep.
But Halloween for me doesn't get better than that. The weather
Can't
in the
beat it.
fall, everything about Halloween.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've been to Disneyland for Christmas as well. So we went together. And it was really great. I have no illusions that Disney World is not going to be any less packed than it was during. I mean, I think it's going to be packed when we go, especially for the after party.
I'm sure.
Which, I mean, you know, all things willing, we can actually get our tickets for that.
Cross all your fingers and toes.
I'm so scared I'm going to miss the date and be like, whoops. Sorry, but
we will do our best.
Yeah, I would rather go for Halloween too. And I've actually been for Halloween many times, and it's a lot of fun. It feels more Disney to me to be there at Halloween than it does for Christmas, and I don't know why, because I grew up with a VHS, like a Christmas. What was it? It was some kind of like a Christmas Disney special VHS that my parents had, and it was like a bunch of old cartoons of like Mickey and Donald and Goofy ice fishing, all of these like old school kind of Christmas Disney shorts.
Yeah.
But then it was broken up with Disneyland Christmas parades, from like the 90s, like early 90s. And it was great. So you would think that I would have more of a nostalgia for Disney Christmas, but something about Disney Halloween is very special and very fun. And what's better than seeing Winnie the Pooh dressed up in a Halloween costume?
I mean, how cute.
I think nothing, yeah.
How cute. I also love to see what the characters dress up as every year.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun.
And the merch that comes out. It's just so sweet.
And you have a Halloween Loungefly.
And my candy corn ears.
Yeah, that you need to break in.
So excited
because
about
I bought that for you last year in August. And
I
it
know.
didn't come till December, so
it
we were like,
came
well,
around Christmas.
Awesome.
So
Thanks, Loungefly.
I'm ready to take that this coming year when we go, and I'm probably going to get myself a Spirit jersey, and I will be all decked out and be the most basic Disney mom out there.
We're still trying to figure out what we're going to dress up as for the after party. We would love to have suggestions if anyone has them.
Yes, please give us your ideas.
Because we're just trying to figure it out.
It's two of us and a little girl.
She's going to be 10 months old. So we're going to have to figure that one out. We've talked about a bunch of different ideas.
Yep, we've had a couple ideas out there.
Yeah.
But let's hear your thoughts.
Tell
us what you think.
That'd be cool. Okay. I think I have an answer for this next question, but the more I look at it, the more I don't know if I'm confident in my answer. And I want you to, before you give me some fast answer, and this has nothing to do with your favorite things. So think about it. If you could have one of these things, which one would you want? So you can either stay in the Cinderella suite for one night. Before I give you the other option, keep in mind the Cinderella suite is like the Hope Diamond of Disney experiences.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's right in the castle and you get to sleep in there, which is wild. And talk about bragging rights. Or you can stay in Disney resort park for free for an entire year.
I would say I'd stay in Disney for an entire year, because even though the Cinderella Castle experience is so much more exclusive, it's so unique, I am not a super bougie person. And so one really expensive experience for me, it would be really cool.
Yeah.
but I would much rather have quantity over quality in this case.
Yeah. Now what if you got to stay for free, but it was like the All-Star Movies Resort or like the sports resort or something like that? Would you still take it?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
stayed in. I don't remember which one. One of the All-Star movies, I think, with my friends, and it was fine.
Not that bad, huh?
It was fine.
Yeah. So this is interesting because I actually I do not actually have a desire to, well, I don't know if I really care about staying in Cinderella's castle necessarily, but it would be very, very cool. The only thing, and this is like an adult logistical nightmare for me to even say, but if you got to stay in Disney for free for a year, you still have to get time off work and you still have to get down there, which I guess if you're staying for free, like what does it matter? You're just going weekends, I suppose.
Well, right.
But I don't know. I mean,
I guess you would have to, in this hypothetical scenario, just assume that you had the free time to do this.
If I had the free time to do this, I would just live in Orlando and basically my whole life would just be going to parks and talking about it, which, I mean, under the surface, that's what we're trying to do, even though we'll never leave our mid-Atlantic area, more than likely.
I can't live in that humidity. My hair would never survive.
Unless we're making like millions of dollars doing this. Well, let's be honest, that's not going to happen.
That's not really what people go into podcasting
and that's
for.
not the point. I mean, that's not our goal.
Right.
Our goal is to basically enjoy our time when we're not at the parks by talking about the parks.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think that I'm going to have to stick with staying in Disney for free for 1 year.
Yeah.
Because that would be really fun, and we could just like, be summertime, forget it. That'd be great.
That would be awesome.
Except for, again, adult logistics. What am I going to do with my dogs for that amount of time? But
we'll bring our dogs. Isn't there a pet resort?
Yeah.
There's like
maybe
pet
it's free
daycare
for them too, huh?
Yeah.
All right. You ready for the last question?
I sure am.
This one's an easy one, and I almost didn't put it in because...
Oh, why'd you put it last then?
Well, because I was going in order.
Okay.
Just,
all right, go for it.
Just like AJ wants. AJ's the host of DFB, so...
Thanks, AJ.
Deep cut. Okay. You can never watch a Disney movie ever again, or you can never go to a Disney park ever again.
This is not an easy one.
Whoops. It's easy for me. I'd never need to watch another Disney film. That's super easy for me.
Yeah, but like no Disney or Pixar then, because that's
fine. I would rather. I'm not a Disney fan. I'm like a Disney Parks fan.
Okay, but when I met you, you owned all of the Pixar things and you wanted to work for Pixar.
Yeah.
You would live the rest of your life without showing our daughter or watching with her or any future children we have any of like the old Pixar movies that we grew up on or the Disney movies we grew up on. What would we watch with her?
Well, okay, hang on. Star Wars and Marvel films, like those aren't
That's
Disney
all
movies.
Disney
No,
now.
they're not Disney movies.
Nope. And The Simpsons.
The Simpsons are not
That's all
Disney.
Disney.
No. Okay.
That's all Disney, my
First
friend.
of all, the question is Disney movie, not TV series. So
okay, well,
forget
you can't
that.
watch The Simpsons movie.
This movie was horrible. Okay. So let's cut out Lucasfilm. Let's cut out Marvel.
No.
Like, let's not be cute about
You can't change
this.
it.
Okay, so then you can never watch National Geographic documentary ever again.
Right.
Or apparently Free Solo or that weird new Ice Age movie.
Right.
Like, let's not. This is
Right.
This is getting out of hand. Okay.
No Disney movies. No Disney owned movies.
No. Okay.
Or
Here's
no
the
Disney
parameters.
parks.
Time out.
That's how it's.
Time out.
That's how it's a hard question.
Time out. Here's the parameter. If it has the castle in the beginning and it goes do 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 do, that's a Disney movie.
Okay.
If it does not have that, it's not a Disney movie. Flat, plain, simple.
Okay.
So Pixar's in there for sure because they are Disney Pixar, but they don't say like Disney Lucasfilm or Disney Marvel or
Right.
Disney National Geographic or Disney Fox Studios, whatever. So.
Or Disney ABC.
Yeah, well, if I didn't have to watch any ABC ever again, I'd be fine. But, yeah, so, okay. I'm sticking with Disney parks.
So you would give up every Disney movie?
Yeah.
This one's so hard.
I thought this one was going to be really simple.
No, I
and
mean, like, I
straightforward.
guess I would also have to give up Disney movies because the parks are just so wonderful. It's a whole experience. It's like saying, would you rather give up television or give up going on vacation for the rest of your life? You know?
I would rather give up going on vacation.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Television doesn't bump into you and make you wait. Television's your friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's like, do you give up entertainment or do you give up like experiences? That's the whole question.
Yeah, I'd give up Disney movies.
Yeah,
Would you do that?
I mean, in this hypothetical this or that, I feel like I have
Our
to.
daughter
but
will never see Enchanted.
no,
She will never know about So Close. She will never know about Belle
See,
and
this
Moana.
breaks my heart. But we've already listened to the Encanto soundtrack like 800 times just today.
Yeah, we had a whole experience driving home from our Easter Jubilee. Oh gosh.
But our
Okay.
daughter was in the back sleeping and I was singing it by myself. So let's just be real about
Which
it.
brings me to why we still listen to music like that when she's sleeping. But oh gosh. Okay, I'm sticking with the parks, and I'm not
guess.
backing down.
I guess it just for me, it just feels like maybe I could give up. Maybe I could give up the entertainment. I don't know. I guess I have to.
Yeah. Okay. Well, those are my questions. I want to say thank you to Disney Food Blog for saving me some time and not making me work so darn hard to come up with questions. And thanks for playing. That was fun.
That was really fun.
Yeah, I think so.
Thanks for putting me on the spot.
You bet. Okay. So thank you so much for listening. We appreciate everyone who has tuned in and supported our show. You can find us, as always, at the parksacademypod.com. We have blogs. We've got About Us. All of our new releases are on there. You can find us on the Parks Academy on Instagram. And you can also find us on Patreon at the Parks Academy. We would be thrilled if you wanted to support the show. We have a couple different tiers, so, pick whichever one you want if you feel so obliged. And also, give us a good rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all those good things. That'd be great. Helps us out. And tell your friends, if you have any Disney planning that you're looking at doing, if you are a Disney enthusiast or fanatic and you just want some tips and tricks, we really hope that all of our unhealthy knowledge about Disney parks and properties will, bring you some kind of a, assistance. So thanks again. We look forward to talking to you next week, and we will catch you next time.